Donald Trump delivers a fatal blow to the Democrats by ending their corrupt money laundering scheme known as USAID. This agency masquerades as a global humanitarian initiative meant to advance the interests of America. But now it's been exposed to be just a giant piggy bank that's being exploited to fund the radical pet projects of the left, oftentimes doing the exact opposite of advancing America's interests while also lining the pockets of those corrupt politicians with kickbacks. And to add insult to injury, today Donald Trump also secures $1 trillion of investment from Japan, which is going to create hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs in America. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but I want to start with Peter Doocy announcing that Trump is planning to cut USAID from 10,000 employees to just under 300. Watch.
The plan is to cut the 10,000 person USAID workforce down to 294 people. The president is also looking outside of government at all NGOs that get federal money. It is all being reviewed under a new executive order. There's not much Democrats can do, but there sure is more that they want to do.
We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. 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 We will win.
Oh my goodness. Critics are mocking Senator Schumer there for that performance, including former Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan. Remember, he ran against Nancy Pelosi for Speaker of the House a few years back, and she blocked him. Anyway, Tim Ryan has a lot to say. I just don't even know what to say anymore when I see this kind of stuff, he says. Is this Saturday Night Live or real life? Does anyone really think this is the future of the country? This is the only alternative to Trump's America? It's just so depressing.
It's extremely telling that these Democrat politicians are so outraged about the uncovering of the fraud and not about the actual fraud itself. The people trying to impede uncovering fraud and corruption are more than likely the people who are committing it. And that's what the Democrats are doing. Not only are they incriminating themselves, but they are just committing political suicide by fighting against uncovering corruption and waste. And that's what they did today when they showed up to the Department of Education and threw a fit that they were not allowed inside the buildings. Watch.
Okay, we're coming in. We're coming in. We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who under whose
Who are
orders?
you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
Yes. I've sent the assistant secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, so until that's accepted.
Who are you?
What
do you have? And what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay for your job. We pay you.
We're members of
We pay
Congress.
you.
We're not here
Nobody has accepted a meeting.
members of Congress.
You are.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman.
I'm relaying that.
Sir,
You are
what's
not the
your name?
spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
We're coming in.
Okay.
We're coming.
I say it all the time, the Democrats are unpopular, they have no leader, and they have no message. So they are scrambling, trying to save themselves from irrelevancy, and are just deciding to adhere completely to their radical base and just fight a very popular agenda to clean up corruption in the federal government. And I said this on X, make sure you guys follow me there if you haven't already. But certainly the Democrats are mad that their money laundering slush fund has come to an end. But why they're really mad at Elon Musk is because he is beating them at their own game. An unelected billionaire is moving at private sector speed. Him and a team of 6 20-year-olds are coming in and cleaning out the government at speeds that they just can't react to. The bloated, inefficient, slow nature of the government is being exposed in real time. Democrats keep saying, oh, we're against waste and fraud, but there's a way to do it through the appropriate channels and processes. You mean the same appropriate channels and processes that allow nothing to get done that make it so you guys can't even keep up with a 6-man team. You're relying on him using the traditional processes because you know he will never get anything accomplished if he goes that route. The status quo makes it impossible for anything efficient to happen in Washington, hence the mandate from the American people to make it actually work and operate. Elon said, "I'll leave all my rocket scientists at SpaceX. I don't need them. That's overkill. That's hunting a rabbit with a cannon. Mr. President, let me show you what I can do with a team of 6 20-year-old tech whizzes and run circles around the entire federal government." So yes, they're mad that their corruption is getting uncovered, but they're more mad that Elon Musk is exposing just how inept and incompetent and in disarray the Democrats are, and that most of them probably should be out of a job because they don't do anything. And here is Ted Cruz saying the exact same thing when the reporter asks him, what are Democrats so scared of?
What are the Democrats afraid of, really?
Oh, look, I got to say, it really is something else to hear the weeping and gnashing of teeth coming from Democrats and coming from their acolytes in the media, because their cash cow is being threatened. Listen, under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, you saw the Democrats weaponize all of government. You saw them weaponize the Department of Justice and the FBI to target their political opponents, and you saw them weaponize billions of dollars of funding to pay off their political allies and to fund radical and extreme partisan agendas. And President Trump came into office with a mandate from the American people, and he is quite rightly halting this spending, and the Democrats are absolutely losing their minds.
Trump tried to do a lot of these things his first term in office, but he was new to government. He had no idea just how corrupt and convoluted the maze that is the federal government was. Every time he tried to do something, it was shut down or it was blocked or impeded. And then when Biden came back into office, they just tripled down on the establishment swampiness. They didn't like that this guy was trying to stop the waste and the fraud and the corruption so much, they weaponized the entire government against him and tried to put a former president in prison. And now Trump has come back smarter, more cunning, and with a much better team, and now he is just running circles around these people. Listen to Ted Cruz list some of this absurd spending coming from USAID, and tell me how, again, Democrats aren't talking about this.
The Biden USAID spent $1.5 million for advancing DEI in Serbia. They spent $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. They spent $6 million for tourism in Egypt. They spent $1 million to help disabled people in Tajikistan become climate leaders. They spent another $1 million for Hamas, a Hamas-linked charity, and they spent $15 million for contraceptives and condoms in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Now, if you're a left-wing radical activist, that's music to your ears, but if you're just an American taxpayer, that is horrifying, which is why President Trump has come in and said enough is enough. We're going to stop this nonsense.
I mean, if these are the kind of expenses that Democrats are saying we have to pay for or else China's going to come in and steal our influence, they're basically just saying the American taxpayer ought to be scammed because of this mystical boogeyman that might come in and gain some influence in Afghanistan or Tajikistan. And USAID will also allocate tons of money to NGOs that directly undermine American interests and security. Billions of dollars of taxpayer money, I shit you not, has gone to NGOs whose sole purpose is to help facilitate illegal immigration into the United States. And Democrats are silent on all of this. They want to focus all of their outrage towards Elon Musk uncovering it. And because most Americans don't have a vested interest in this USAID corruption scheme, they're all actually seeing the real picture, which is, look how much money our government has been spending on stuff that doesn't matter. And we're smart enough to know they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. Somebody is getting paid, and it's either them or it's their rich donors, or the likely scenario is it's both. So Democrats are trying to make themselves feel better by downplaying every single one of Donald Trump's win and cheering that it's not a bigger win. It's like mocking the guy that hits a double every time he's up to bat for not hitting a home run, while you're getting struck out every single at-bat. So their latest talking point is, why is Trump going after USAID? It's only a $40 billion agency. He needs to be going after the Pentagon. Well, today, Trump announced to the world that the Pentagon is going to get looked into as well. Now what, Democrats?
You directed Elon Musk to review Pentagon spending, given it's the biggest discretionary spending in the federal budget?
Yes, I have Pentagon, education, just about everything. We're going to go through everything. I've instructed him to go check out education, to check out the Pentagon, which is the military. And, sadly, you'll find some things that are pretty bad. But I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
Is there anything you've told Elon Musk he cannot touch?
Well, we haven't discussed that much. I'll tell him to go here, go there. He does it. He's got a very capable group of people. Very, very capable. They know what they're doing. But I will pick out a target, and I say go in. There could be areas that we won't, but I think everything's fertile. We're a government. We have to be open. And as an open government, I don't know, I guess you could say maybe some high intelligence or something. And I'll do that myself if I have to.
Democrat elites are so focused on what they want and what they want other people to care about instead of listening to what the people actually want. That's why they're fighting Trump's extremely popular agenda and also making themselves look like complete fools in the process. They still refuse to understand it. The entire government is on the chopping block. Look at every single thing, figure out where's their waste, where's their fraud, where can things be downsized, and make those changes. Apparently, conservatives are the only ones living in the reality where we run at a $2 trillion deficit every single year with a $36 trillion national debt. In 1940, the United States had 132 million people and had 300,000 federal employees. Today, we have 355 million people and 2.3 million federal employees. That's because the federal government has been bloated over 80 years of Democrat expansion. From FDR's New Deal to Lyndon Johnson's Great Society, Democrats want to grow the government and expand their control over our personal lives any chance they get. So if you're going off the proportions we had in 1940, when the country, as I remember, won a world war and was operating perfectly fine, then at least 1 million federal workers should be fired. And that's a good thing. That allows them to go into private sector jobs, be more productive, be more valuable to society, instead of just being a bureaucrat paper pusher who adds another layer of complexity to everything that the government does. It seems every day Donald Trump is making good on another campaign promise. And today, he announced with the Prime Minister of Japan that Japan is going to be investing $1 trillion with a T dollars into America. Another big win. Watch.
Also, with the inauguration of President Trump, the momentum for Japanese companies to invest in the United States is growing even stronger. Today, I conveyed my willingness to cooperate together to elevate Japan's investment in the United States to an unprecedented amount of $1 trillion. President Trump and myself also concurred to elevate the Japan-U.S. partnership to an even higher level through improving business environment and increasing bilateral investment and employment, strengthening each other's industries, leading the world in developing advanced technologies such as AI and leading-edge semiconductors, and strongly promoting efforts to harness the energy of the growing market in the Indo-Pacific.
That's what happens when you make the greatest, most prosperous country in the world easy to do business in. Every country in the world wants to sell to the American market. And if you incentivize them to do it within the United States, create good jobs for U.S. citizens, then they can enrich themselves by taking advantage of the market. That is a good strategy. But the Democrat platform is they hate capitalism, they hate entrepreneurs, they hate rich people, they want to tax them into the ground. So why do you think that any company would want to do business in an environment like that? But instead of working with Trump on the people's agenda and allowing him to take you into the promised lands and be able to claim some glory from it, Democrats are choosing to do the complete opposite. And now they're going back to the strategy of trying to drive a wedge between Elon Musk and Trump because they're in pure desperation mode.
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk?
タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか？
Is Time Magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
まだタイムマガジンは廃刊じゃないんですか？
Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste. You see it with the USAID, but you're going to see it even more so with other agencies and other parts of government. He's got a staff that's fantastic. He's wanted to be able to do this for a long time, and everybody else knew it was existent, but I think never so much.
So Elon got the cover of Times and they put him behind the Resolute desk, which is pretty weird. I don't know why they did that, but they were praying, they were hoping that that was going to hurt Trump's ego so much that he was going to fire Elon, cancel Doge, take his foot off the necks of the Democrats. But instead, he graciously said, I think Elon's doing a great job. I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. And you saw it just like I saw it. That was the response that Trump had. But CNN reacts to this by saying, no, covertly, Trump is furious. He's fuming.
But I just quickly do want to talk about that reaction to the Elon Musk cover. His body language changed.
Not only the question about the cover, but also putting Elon Musk at the podium as well to potentially answer questions, which would move the spotlight as well to Elon Musk. It did seem like his body language changed a little bit, you know, after that question.
Question was so pointed, right? Your Resolute desk. What did you think of that? And you just saw, like, he first was like, no. And you could see the wheels still turning, that he perhaps thought he was being too defensive, and then comes up with the quip of like, oh, is Time Magazine still in business? But that is what we call a pregnant pause between those two things that happened. He obviously, you know, I know AIDS will tell us, oh, you guys got this all wrong, and he doesn't care. He told us right there how much he cares about it.
They're so desperate to be mad at something that all their outrage is focused on imaginary, hypothetical scenarios. Oh no, Trump was really mad. He was really seething. His ego is fragile. Oh, we should be mad at Elon Musk because he might be writing down your social security number. Oh, Trump might weaponize the justice system against his political opponents. Oh, RFK is going to endanger children and make everybody sick. They can't complain about what's actually happening, because what's actually happening is objectively good. So they have to create these fake doomsday scenarios to try to inspire some sort of will to fight from their base. Because I think most Democrats are looking at the situation and saying, wow, this man's moving fast and getting a lot of things done. And the Democrats can't afford for their approval rating to get any worse. So they have to make up all these fictional scenarios and remind their audience, no, don't go over to that side yet because they might be bad. They might do this. And it's super embarrassing for them, but I cannot lie. I am enjoying seeing their outrage and tears every day. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.